Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over. Wow, I really had to think about that. We're back to Galactic Civilizations 4. So many sessions in, but here's where we left off. We were really cracking down on our relic harvesting. If you recall, we were getting our production out of our economic relics, which we have two of. We've buffed that up to 37.5%. That's across all planets, all resource gathering. It's huge. We also have an influence one over here, which we popped up to 37.5% bonuses to all influence growth everywhere. That's colonies and star bases. So yeah, this is big time gains. And we had one more, which was a control relic, which is where? Ooh, heavily defended precursor anomaly. I didn't notice that before. Ooh, we're gonna have to get that. Yeah, we have a control relic right there, the red one. It is in Torian space, but that is our star base, and they have not destroyed it yet. So it's yielding a 0.38. You can see the 37.5 or the controls rounding up to a hundredth of a control point. But yeah, it's adding into our control pretty nicely. We're at 7.38 per turn. That's where the 0.38 comes from. So that is really going to help us drive forward because it is across everything. So whereas you might you might build a building, get some new technology, get a building, put it on a planet, you're going to have to build that on every single planet. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of resources. But when you're going after those relic harvesting technologies, you just put in the 4 or 5 months or turns of research, and when you get it, it's automatic. I guess you got to go in and you got to put in the module. Yeah, there's usually an associated module. But recent relics we've gotten have given us an automatic. See, whenever you see that white plus with the green symbol, I'm pretty sure that means it just is automatically applied. So as I look at that, we will gain a 25% bonus to all these just like that. We don't even have to add a module to our star bases. In particular, the star base that is harvesting off of a given relic, right? So I can see the Kratos Starbase 1 needing a module to get some of the increases to relics. If we zoom in here, you can see we've got the Ancient Studies Center, yields a 20th, a 0.05. The Precursor Studies yields a 10th, a 0.1. And the Xenoarchaeology Institute yields a 10th, a 0.1. But now we've gotten through those that required modules, and we're just straight up Precursor Relic proficiency will just be an auto 25%. So we've done the initial work, and now we're really going to reap the rewards. Easy, quick benefits, huge gains across the board, actually. So, and beyond that, we just really need to push back the Torian influence. So we need modules, and we need a lot of them. Because we have, for instance, a very nice cultural starbase up here that we want to slowly push away the border so we can culture flip Titus 1 and Titus 4. I would love to have those planets, and that will really start ticking away at the Torians' lead. You can see the Torian regime is sitting at 43% on their way to prestige victory. We are at 27%. We have to counteract that. We have a lot of game time to do it, but if we don't get on it now, they will slip away with the victory in the end. So that's my strategy. And let's jump in here to our executive orders real quickly. I see we can rush research. Yeah, let's do a little bit of pressure. That'll yield 50 additional research. There is a colony ship option there, but we don't currently have any planets available to colonize. So colonizing is kind of a moot point to us right now. And let's go to our star bases, because we need to make sure that, yes, we in fact do have modules in production. It looks like we'll have access to 6 new modules very shortly with some more in the pipeline. Good deal. I think we're probably ready to advance the turn. Oh, wait. We have a ship. The Explorer, TSA. So this is a small ship. Now, she is a flagship. She's got the survey module on her. But she has very few hit points. She's not durable at all. So if it was me, I would love to get that extended reinforced hull. That'll be a big 20% to base hit points plus a 4 to the base hit points. So just so you know, the hit point number, the whole number, adds on to the base footprint. So if this is a small or tiny ship, let's see, what size is she? She's goes tiny, small, medium, large, right? Up and up. So if a tiny ship has a base of 3, then the small has a base of 10. I don't know exactly. 8, something like that. So this will give us really big gains. So let's take the extended reinforced hull. That will cost us chunky 3 Durantium, but we seem to be pulling in over 2 Durantium a turn. If you recall, we defeated the Yor over here. We captured Iconia from the Yor, and we are harvesting these 3 massive Durantium mines. But let's hit the upgrade. We're going to go from 14 to 23. And as we look here, we can actually see the breakdown. So a small hull provides the 8 as a base for any civilization would get that. We have the extended reinforced hull adds a 4 to that, so that takes us to 12. And then we have a level 3 bonus because the ship is leveled up to 3 for 75% with the extended hull reinforcement of 20. So 95, it's nearly twice 12. That's how we go from 12 to 23. It's nearly 2 times. It's 95% more. There you go. In case you didn't know that, that's how it works. But the one great thing about Gal Civ 4 is the tooltips really give you a very good idea of where your values are coming from. And it can be a lot to look at, but if you dig into it, you can usually break it down pretty well. The one part of Gal Civ 4 that I feel like is still a little hidden to me is under culture. This up here does not show you the macro, the aggregate values of where all your culture is coming from. It's the most opaque stat in the gosh darn game is culture points. Whatever. So yeah, let's advance. We have an event here. The TAS Explorer 1 survey report. Lost cargo tactical thruster upgrade. That's cool. It's just a basic tactical thruster. Your flagship captain reports the discovery of a drifting cargo container in deep space. Upon inspection, it contains a highly advanced tactical thruster upgrade device, seemingly lost by another civilization. This thruster could be added to one of our ships, making it able to get into firing range faster, a possibly critical advantage. So the reason it's a tactical thruster is that speed boost, that movement boost, is only in combat. Tactical combat, ship versus ship. This is not its move speed from star system to star system within our sector of the galaxy. There you go. That's what a tactical thruster is. So I can grab it or I can sell it for 400. I'm going to sell it. Honestly. Yeah, I'm going to sell it. I think that as you gather up ship modules in the game, you could put them all on like your main flagship. You could make your Enterprise or your Millennium Falcon with its beefed up hyperdrive and improved shields and quad turbo lasers and all that kind of cool shit, right? You can have a really sweet ship that's OP, but ultimately, you know what's better than that? Is just make 4 more ships, but basic ones. And those 4 basic ships will beat the one souped up ship every time. So that's why sometimes I don't go for those really special modules. I'm just kind of like, I don't care. I'll just make more ships. I'm just going to have a huge navy. Because there's almost no upper limit to how many powerful ships you can have in the game. So if you want to just build ships and ships and ships and ships, you can do that. So, yeah, that's my logic there. Ship idle. That's the Explorer. Where is she at? Where's my Explorer? Where are you at, girl? I do wish there was a go-to ship. Like, I wish there was a button where it would shift the screen and then zoom in on the ship. Because, see, when you're zoomed out like this and you're like, okay, I'm going to click here. Where's my ship? Right? I'm clicking. It's not putting me into it. It's just saying, well, it's there. You can see it. It's like, no, I can't see it. Stardock. For real? Like, this is one thing Stellaris does very good is it has one of their little icons up here is a zoom to. Give me that. Zoom to and zoom in. Center and zoom in. So check this out. If I very deliberately scroll in over here and I deliberately do this action, now when I click, there, no, oh my God, is this just not going to do it? Where the hell? Oh, there she is. I zoomed in by chance. Oh, no. Well, okay, here, I'm going to do this again. I just want to point this out, how absurd this is. So check it out. I click, and now when I exit, It hasn't zoomed in. Now when I click here, it does that, and it zoomed in that time. So if you click the lower icon, it doesn't zoom in. If you click the upper icon, it does zoom in. Why? And because it's so spread out, I'm so zoomed out, I can't pick that out. Or if the Explorer was, say, in here with all these ships, I would never be able to see it. So the other thing you could do is this highlight circle, this donut ring is the highlight. Why not make that a contrasting color with the color of my stuff? So it's not just blue on blue. Make it a pulsing golden or rainbow or white with a chasing red, Cylon light, zoo, 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 something. But I only say it because this has happened 100 times. 100 times playing this game where I'm like, okay, where's my idle ship? And you're sitting there just scanning going, I don't fucking see it. Why? Why should I not see it? It should be immediately apparent. When I click on the idle ship icon, I should see the ship. Does it matter? Yeah, even though the ship is selected by me clicking this, I don't know where I'm going to move it because I don't know exactly where it is in relation to what else is around. Dangers, hazards, things I want to go investigate. It should center, zoom, or have an icon that even from the zoomed out is visible, clearly pulsing or something to make that stand out. That's a simple thing, and I cannot be the only person who's spent time just going, where the hell is my ship? Come on, Stardock. You can fix that one very easily. Very easily. So, that being said, I need to be cautious because I have this heavily defended precursor anomaly here, and I have a second one down here. Now, this one has actually developed a ship. I can see it's a Dreadnought coming in at 380 hit points. Yeah, that's beefy. I got to be very cautious. I don't know that any of my fleets are capable of taking that out just yet. I got my siege ships. Where are all my warships at? Where are my warships? Odd. I guess my main fleet that I took against the Yor was comprised of flagships, and I've since dispersed them to go explore in the galaxy. Yeah, that must be it. All right, well, I don't think any of my flags are going to be capable. Let's sort by hit points. The Discovery is my most powerful ship with only 92 hit points, followed by the TSA Victory with 30. Yeah, there's no way we can take out these anomalies yet, so we'll just avoid them for the time. That being said, the Explorer needs a new anomaly to investigate without getting itself killed. Let's shoot it off here into Taurian space. Yeah, we're going to go steal some of their anomalies because I think we're further along in anomaly research than they are. Here's an interesting thing about anomalies. If you get ahead, you can see the anomalies and the Xenos can't. Now, obviously, the different Xenos civilizations within your sectors are going to be at different levels of anomaly detection. So it's very possible that some of these Altarians over here can see the anomalies. So maybe the Taurians aren't competing with us for anomalies right now, but we are. So as I look around, you should be able to see the little scanning symbol. Let's see who's got it. Who's got it? Right here. That's a flagship that I believe could explore anomalies. They don't seem to be. Oh, here we are. Yeah, so look, these Altarians can see these anomalies. That little symbol there. But I think the Taurians may be locked out. That's the Discovery. That's my ship. I think the Taurians may be completely boned right now and can't actually detect any of the anomalies. So we will go in there as a strategy and suck away, hoover up all the anomalies that are available to them. That's something we could do. Now, I do see here an Ascension Crystal. This Ascension Crystal is building up their Ascension score to 125. Now, I find it interesting that the sector ownership score seems to be tied very specifically to the Ascension score. I don't know that those are related. I don't see why they would be, but let's pay attention as the turns progress and see if those numbers move away from each other. Because clearly this Taurian starbase is mining Ascension points off of this crystal here. Let's see what happens. We have another idle ship. That is a supply ship. Let's jump to our planets tab and see who needs the most help. So first of all, are there any galactic achievements? No galactic buildings going. So I would say the agricultural district on Kratos needs some help. And let's just look here at Alula. 2 ships away for the shipyard. 4 away for the housing district. Yeah, let's send this off to Kratos 1 to help with that agro district. Because that's a ways off. 8 turns, that's a long time. So, ship en route. And we have another idle ship. Another supply ship. Fantastic. Yeah, let's see. Out of all the Kratos colonies, agro district, snuggler farm. Oh, I love snugglers. I would like some snugglers. Let's help with the snuggler farm. Because the sooner we get that, the sooner we start gathering that resource, which is valuable to us. And we'll hit turn. I'm going to zoom out here and just kind of watch. I see the Altarians sort of spreading out everywhere into our sector. FYI, there is another precursor anomaly that's heavily defended there. So there's several in our sector, at least 3 that we're seeing right now. But here we go. Research completed. Precursor relic proficiency. We've studied precursor relics so long now that the discovery of a new one no longer introduces any great mystery. Test procedures, harnesses, and energy sources. That's a weird sentence. Test procedures, harnesses, and energy sources have all been refined to the point that the precursors spill their secrets to us with incredible ease. There's an additional 25 modifier, and precursor relic mastery would be an additional 25%. So I'm going to choose the tech, and I want to keep going on that. Yes, I would love more. Where is it? Where is it? Precursor relic mastery in 3 turns. Yes, let's keep pursuing this rabbit hole. This is very valuable. So I'm going to zoom out. I'll mouse over, and you can see we went from 37.5 to 45%. So our gains are just going up so rapidly. We should easily be able to outstrip the Taurians. The only relic that the Taurians have access to are this Ascension Crystal and this one. No. Oh my god, they're not harvesting that? Oh shit. They might not be able to see that. So one thing you folks have probably noticed is new things will pop up as you increase your anomaly detection. For instance, this little heavily defended precursor anomaly was not always here. I believe as we expand our anomaly detection technology, new things can pop up. In this case, I'm wondering why the Taurians have not started harvesting this Ascension Crystal. But we should. I see up here they've got a constructor headed towards that Illyrium. I didn't know there was anything we haven't harvested yet, but we want to get that Ascension Crystal, because if they have 2 Ascension Crystals they're harvesting, they're going to slam that prestige win ahead even faster. So let's go to our shipyards. I don't think we have a constructor mothballed anywhere. Let me just look. No, doesn't look like it. No. Okay. So the forge can probably build it quickest. Oh no. Let's go to Kratos 2 since they're just sitting there idle. And constructor in 5. Can we buy it outright? Nah, it's a little expensive. Okay, we'll let them work on the constructor. As soon as it's done, we'll send it to that anomaly. Core World Idle. Here we go. This is Kratos 4. So Kratos 4 is nice. It has a lot of room to develop. I see we have an influence sector going here. Tower of Endless Night is a +2 to all, which is feeding the Beacon of Babylon. Beacon of Babylon has a +3 influence around it. We have influence here, as well as we could develop this tile. So we could get some good influence buildings around the beacon. Is there anything to add to the beacon, though? What do we have over here for influence? I don't care about the Hollow Theater so much. Colonial Clinic would be nice for growth. I know we do want to focus in on growth. We have the Medical Center also would yield growth. Now, interestingly, we can build both of these, the clinic and the medical center, for a good amount of Durantium and, of course, the maintenance costs. So, yeah, their population buildings, so they could theoretically be built around our core world capital here and here. That might be a decent use of that. What else, though? Planetary generator, probably worth getting built at this point. and we need to pack them in around the supply depot up here. So I would say of everything we could work on, we're gonna want to get our production built up fast. So let's do it. Let's strip out this manufacturing district. I hate to do it, but yeah, we kind of got our ducks out of order here. We're gonna bring in the planetary generator right there, and then we're gonna strip out this one, and we're going to move in the starport. Boom. We're gonna get the trifecta. That'll be pretty nice. And then if we have the capability, I could see putting the Durantium processor up, but it's a civilization achievement, so we should probably save it for our strongest production world. And I don't think Kratos 4 is it. Let's scroll through real quickly. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're good there. Okay, hold on. I'm just looking through. I'm looking at our mineral inputs here. 6, 1, 5, 5. Iconia is sitting at nearly 10. Iconia is a pretty good production world. Earth is pretty good. Kratos 4 is really good. But Kratos 4 is so tiny. Jeez. Yeah, I think Iconia should be the production world. We rolled back around. They just have tons of space, tons of desert. So I'm trying to see. We've got our starport going in here. And where's our supply depot? It's kind of tucked away in a useless spot. I don't like that so much. Yeah. We can develop these parts around here. Why did I put my starport here? Because of the tech pod hive? Where is it being built? Where is the tech pod hive being built? You guys seeing it? Right there. Because it's got a +2 to manufacturing. So, the starport shouldn't be here. I'm going to pop that out of there. Hold on a sec. We're going to pull that out. And the industrial center is where? Right there? Oh, around Razor's Rift. That's why we're building it there. Because Razor's Rift is the focus. Okay, wait. We do want the starport here. Check this out. This is going to be a massively industrialized world, all built around the Razor's Rift, because it's +3 to military and manufacturing. So the starport does sit here. It's not going to necessarily go next to the supply depot, but the supply depot will be scrapped here and moved into this spot or this spot. So we're going to get all of our industrial centers built around the Razor's Rift, including the tech pod farm. The Durantium scanner I would like to move, but I'm afraid if I scrap it, I won't be able to remake it. Because that was built by the Yor, not by us. So no big deal. Let's let the terraforming finish. And actually, I would like to have the terraforming done sooner rather than later. Let's get them pushed forward. And then we will get to the starport and everything else. That looks good. All right, let's hit done. And let's jump to our next ship. We have the Idle Discovery. We'll jump in and scan the space junk. Bear in mind, we are now in a race against the dang Altarians. They're coming in and they're starting to scan our anomalies. So we want to drive them, not drive them out, but beat them to as many as we can. Here's a new event. TSA Discovery Survey Report. Lost cargo, friendly planet tech finder. Your flagship captain reports encountering a lost cargo container floating in space. After careful examination, it appears to be a device made by a long-lost civilization to find precursor technology on planets. The device is very old and in poor shape, but it could still be valuable even if it can only be used once. Do you wish to store the device in your vault or sell it for credits? Well, in this case, I want the Tech Finder. It's a permanent +2 to technology on a planet, so we'll store it. If I come down here, I can see there's the Tech Finder. That's a big +2 input. So we should go to our worlds, sort by research, and Earth is by far our largest research world. Let's just jump in. It's my favorite way to see inputs is to go into the world tab, and there's our 9 input. We'll scan through all of our worlds real quick to see what's better. 4, 5, 4, 4, 2. Iconia has been a big 10, but we've already decided that we want Iconia to be a production world. So we would divide their energies if we did half production and half research, although they're very good at both. The reason they're so good at both is they're the capital world for the Yor. That's why they're awesome at it. But no, I would say the other side of this, if Earth is not going to be about production, Earth will be about research, then Earth should get this module. So we will, in fact, click it, and we will click on Earth. And that should push our research up immediately, and we go back into Earth. We can see that's up to a very large 11.5. Yeah, we're going to develop all in North America here, and we're probably going to pack in research in many of these tiles. Maybe a little bit of wealth management there, but yeah, Earth's got a ways to go. No galactic achievements. Oh, the Temple of Whispers. We need to get our hands on 3 Epimetheus pollen to get that done. I would love to generate some diplomatic income, some capital, and to get the +3 to influence. So that would look very good on Kratos. Remember, we had the Beacon of Babylon here on Kratos. Where's she at? Boom. This is where we want the Temple of Whispers. Right around here. And the Temple of Whispers is in fact an influence improvement, so she would sit right there for us. Or possibly there, because she would get a +1 from the capital. Okay. We need to make sure we are checking our Galactic Bazaar, and we are looking for the pollen. But I am not seeing it yet, so we'll look at this trade offer coming from the Taurians. So this looks very favorable to us. They are asking for asteroid factories, which is a really good technology. Obviously, it's a big 20% bonus, or 0.2 bonus to asteroids. But that's going to yield open border. Not a bad idea. That will reduce the friction between the Taurians and us from having our ships in each other's space. So that could help forestall war between us. You can see we're sliding the negative very quickly with the Taurians. This is because we have star bases and ships in their territory. And it might even help with the shared border. Now, if you'll notice, the shared border is the big -4. So let's take this policy. We'll advance a turn, and we'll jump in, and we'll look at the diplomacy status with the Taurians and see if that -4 decreases. And it should alleviate the -2 from star bases and help alleviate the -3 from territory. That is what an open border policy should yield. So we're at a -2, a -3, and a -4. Those are the numbers we want to pay attention to. But on top of that, we get colonial bureaucracy with an extra max enhanced enacted policy slot. I like that. Office of Control. Holy shit, that's a good one. Hold shift. That will yield us... No, not the prison. If we can get this Galactic achievement built, the Office of Control, it'll yield a massive +3 control per month. Only one civilization gets it, and they got a head start on it, so we might want to race them towards that. The trade network, yeah, extra trade licenses, and Interstellar Cabinet gives us the Minister of Justice position, which reduces crime. This is a great deal. We will accept it. We'll hit done. And then let's jump immediately into diplomacy. And I will mouse over here. Those have not adjusted yet. It's possible our treaty, open borders, has not taken effect. Let's give it a turn and see what happens. We'll hit done. Oh, don't do that. We have a new empty policy slot because we unlocked that just now with our trade with them. So cultural values, diplomacy -1, influence +10. We're being a little cautious because we don't want to go to war with the Taurians. Is there anything else that would be more valuable to us right now? Our money production is in pretty good shape. Genius grants, not a bad option. Research grants, not a bad option. Planetary stimulus. Boy, I like that. Yeah, let's take the planetary stimulus. It's a -5% gross income, but we have so much surplus gross income right now. I would take that 20% to manufacturing. That's going to get all those buildings built faster for us. We'll hit done. And I want to go see if we can get that Office of Control built somewhere immediately. Even to the point where we might try and buy it outright. So let's jump into Earth. And where's our Office of Control? Right there. So here's the deal. It doesn't take any special resources. It just takes a pretty hefty 608 production. That's a lot. But we're confident the Taurians have started working on that already. Now, It's a population improvement, and it yields a +1 adjacency for population. So I could see putting it next to the capital city. That's not bad. We also have, oh, that's food down there, not pop. Okay, yeah. I was just thinking, I really wanted to put a +1 to all in here to benefit all of these. So I don't want it there. I feel like it would be wasted there. Where could we pack this thing away? Where could we pack this away? Let's just zip through. I want to find a good spot for this. Any place that has adjacencies to all or to population would be handy. Scroll through. Got a lot of population stuff going here. What is this building? Oh, Colonial Clinic next to the Core World Capital. That's not bad at all. So check it out. We have our industrial center. We could rip out this housing district without too much effect. We have plenty of headroom, and we could drop the Office of Control right there. Because the other things, the Office of Control, it only yields population and control. So why not? Let's take this, let's destroy that improvement, and let's put the Office of Control right there. And you can see that it'll benefit all these adjacencies. And in fact, we could eventually surround it with more population centers. However, we know that we want to slot that all the way to the front right now because we're in a race against the Taurians. So that is the next thing we will build. We'll hit done. That's on Kratos 2. We want to take every supply ship we have access to and start dumping them into Kratos 2. That includes another... Do we have another ship en route? Hold on. I could have sworn we had another supply ship en route, folks. No? I'm not seeing anything else. No? Okay. I thought we had one more supply ship. That's fine. Well, let's take this freighter. It's a trade ship we have, and let's send it off to Toria for a trade treaty. Oh, my bad. Oh, no, it moved there already. We only got the one trade ship. That was from the tech we just traded, which is fine. What is this ship? Oh, that's a navigator trade ship. All right. We'll let them do that. So what I really want to do, though, is make sure that every supply ship we have is going to Kratos 2 for the time being. We have a long ways to go on that. We're almost done with the supply ship at the Forge. We're kind of pumping those out one per turn. Alula Borealis is generating them. Maybe we could get the Kratos 3 shipyard switched over. I kind of feel like those modules are going to take them a very long time. Let's switch this over and try and jump into the race here on this. Let's hit turn. Oh, and I see we've got modules done, so we want to improve our influence, our cultural starbase up top. And we want to check our diplomacy. So we've generated through the turn. Let's jump back into the diplomacy tab. We've had massive improvements here. So look what happened. Star bases in their territory, that -2 is gone. Ships in their territory, that -3 is gone. And the shared border, -4, is gone. One treaty has essentially completely repaired our relationship with the Taurians. That's good. That's real good. That's awesome. So that worked. And I don't get into, or I haven't gotten into diplomacy too much. So I'm learning about it. But now I've learned that the open border treaty is really good. Really good. It's so good, in fact, that we could probably slot cultural values back in. Taking that -1 hit to our diplomacy with all Xenos, but giving us a +10% boost to culture. Yeah? We could swap out that diplomacy bonus altogether. The only reason we had free media in there was to slow down war with the Taurians, but now I don't care so much. So we will check again. We'll advance the turn. We'll check in one more time and see. So we, instead of having a +1, we've gone to 0 and now -1. So that's a 2 diplomacy swing. I want to see if that puts us into the negative with the Taurians, just as an experiment. Beyond that, we have 6 modules that have completed in the last 2 turns. So we're going to zoom up here. We're going to jump into Starbase 10, and we're going to start spending modules. We have the Durantium and we have the modules. So we will click on that, Cultural Exchange. Anything else that can yield us bonuses to influence. Yes, the perimeter scanners cost a single module, but it'll yield a +5 flat influence growth. Sure, boom. And then that's it. So this is as much influence as a starbase can generate for the time being, but it's better than nothing. And that leaves us with a few extra modules. Yeah, we'll see if these can push into that space. It looks like the border is slowly going that way. That's awesome. And that Ascension Crystal is still untapped. So very good. What else do we got going on here? Where's our star bases? Couple of idle shipyards. I'm going to go to the Forge at Earth, and I'm going to slam in 2 supply ships. And the Alula Borealis shipyard, did that just complete building? Maybe. Let's get 2 more supply ships. And that looks pretty good. I see my cursor, or my menus jumping around a lot. I've noticed that happens under the ships and the shipyards. It'll rapidly slot it up or down, even though I'm not clicking. I'm not sure about that. I would like to see that fixed if possible. But I'm debating whether we should rush the constructor to go for that Ascension Crystal or save up our coin to help rush the Office of Control. I feel like the Office of Control is probably more valuable, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's fine. What do we got? We have an event popping up. Earth's Planet Report. Precursor Relic. Near Earth, we have discovered an ancient recording device that appears to have been drifting by for centuries. The technology is delicate but incredibly advanced. What are your orders? So let's use its recording to make our world the center of influence. Plus 500 influence. Like that. Use it to help us with our planet's development. Finish the current construction project outright. Oh my gosh. And it increases progressivism to 11, or weaponize it in a ship. You gain a gunboat. You know, never do that. You can always build warships very easily. So the only thing I'm wondering is there any project on Earth we could rush build? What's Earth working on? What is Earth working on right now? Earth is working on a research district. Yeah, it doesn't look like Earth is in a rush to really develop anything. Yeah, we'll leave that be. I want the influence, definitely. All right, we finished a small frigate, the cutter here at Iconia. Okay. Let's put some of our ships in some of our unhappiest planets. Let's make them a little happier with some defensive measures. Approval 75, approval 76, approval 83. Let's check our other planets real quick. Alula is at 92 and 84. So yeah, I would say realistically, Kratos 5 is our least happy planet. So we'll send that ship in just to make them a little bit happier with some defensive pack. We have another idle ship here. The Victory's completed research, so there is an additional. Actually, I want to race over here. I want to combat the Altarians scanning all of our damn anomalies. So I want to try and get in there before they can. What else? Another idle ship. This is the Stargazer with her flag module. Let's see if we can race in there and get that. Another idle ship. Awesome. Here is the Perseverance. She has an upgrade ready. What do we want to give her? Yeah, let's extend that hull. We have plenty of Durantium production, so we will move ahead with that. She's up to 34 hit points. That makes her just durable in case you were to drift by a dangerous, powerful, say, precursor anomaly that's heavily defended and it shoots at her. It won't necessarily destroy her instantly. She will have a chance to take some damage and get away. That's why I don't like any of my ships to be too weak, too fragile. But yeah, let's take her and we'll zip over here and grab up some of these anomalies. Another idle ship. Wow. This is the Curiosity. We'll jump into her. We're going to reinforce her hull as well. Moving up to 37 hit points. And are there any very nearby? Yes. There's an artifact right there we're going to steal right out from the Thorians. But remember, we have an open border policy, so they don't care. Here's the event popping back up. Oh, no, different event. This is a monster in a cage. You can later release a monster if you want to. Gosh, I've never really seen it to be that useful. I think the one use for it could be releasing a module next to your fleet so your fleet can gain experience by killing the monster. I think there's some idea that could be like a tactical thing where you put it next to an enemy planet to harass them. Eh, yeah. Or we could study the cage's technology. To dissect the artifact for its advanced technology, advancing our own scientific knowledge. Yeah, let's do that. I want the research. I don't care about the monster. And for real, this is another monster cage. Okay, we will dissect that one as well. And another event, Snuggler Colony. So this is the TSA Perseverance Survey Report. Slumbering Snugglers. With the derelict capsule adrift amongst the stars, we find a curious sight. A colony of snugglers, serene in suspended animation. A menagerie bound for a zoo, long forgotten. You can see that clearly snugglers are adorable. Everyone wants one. And we could bring it home. The snugglers, once awakened, adapt with astonishing grace. They weave into the fabric of our civilization, bringing joy and a certain snugness to our daily lives. So that's a +2 snuggler colony. That would be to the resource snuggler colony, because this is +2. Or dissect the stasis technology. As our scientists unravel the mechanisms of the stasis field, revelations flow. The frontiers of our knowledge expand with the promise of new technologies. So again, this is dissecting stasis fields like we do with the monsters. Now, if I had no snuggler colonies, I would take the 2 just to have some resources. And I'll show you why. But we have access to a snuggler colony on one of our planets. So I don't need the +2 snugglers. I could just buy them. I'm going to take the research outright. Just boom. Cashing in cold hard research. Awesome. You can see that zipped ahead our research on this apparently. Precursor relic mastery. We now think about and perceive the universe at nearly the same level as the precursors once did. Were they to meet us, they might very well consider us their peers. There's an additional automatic 25% module or harvesting to all relics. Choose a new technology. Woo! So we've spent many turns in a row, years of gameplay, just going after relic technology at this point. We've really drilled down on it. So do we break away at this point and start looking into some of these other technologies we've been neglecting, such as mining missions or xenohospitality, interstellar trade? All of these are very cheap, very easy to get. Or is there one more level of relic technology to get? I'm looking. Any more? Precursor artifact mastery allows us to use precursor technologies at near equal terms to the precursors themselves. I don't even know what that means. It unlocks precursor nanites, which does what? Oh, it's an improved precursor nanite harvesting capability. That's cool. Yeah. It's a manufacturing improvement to any place we have precursor nanites. Geez. Tell you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at interstellar trade. Why? Because it has not only the galactic achievement of Spice Market, it also unlocks the Minister of Finance position, which is, once we assign the minister, just gives us a straight income bonus to all of our colonies. So that's what I'm going to go for quickly. We'll grab the interstellar trade. We'll lock it in there. You can see we've already progressed quite far into it because of all the stasis fields we've been dissecting. Very cool. I wanted to show you something, though. We have a snuggler colony. Kratos 4 is producing an additional 0.25 snuggler per turn. These incredibly furry and soft creatures are the dream pet for all children in the galaxy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, having access to snuggler colonies helps improve the well-being of everyone. So if we jump to Kratos 4, I just want to point this out. I want to check it, I guess, for my own edification. Kratos 4, here we go. They, in fact, have a snuggler colony. It gives the extra snugglers a quarter of a snuggler per turn. It gives influence growth. That's nice. But let's mouse over our people. I'm looking for... Oh, yeah. Right there. Has snuggler colony plus 3%. That's nice. Everyone else benefits from it as well. Yeah. Has snuggler colony plus 3%. Now, does a planet without a snuggler colony benefit from snugglers? Yes. Has snuggler colony 3%. So that 3% is a very small bonus, but it's everywhere. You can look here at Kratos 2, there is no snuggler colony. But by virtue of us having a snuggler colony resource, just one strategic resource, is yielding a plus 3% approval to all of our people everywhere. Now, as far as I'm aware, this snuggler colony resource is what is yielding that, not the actual colony here. Is that the case? I don't know. Could we sell our snuggler colony to verify? Let's go in. No, we can't sell it right now. We might experiment. We might sell off the colony we have, knowing that it will be replaced in time, just to see. But yeah, so FYI, either having the colony here, like just one of them, or having a colony on your planet yields plus 3 approval to all your pops. So get yourself a snuggler colony as quick as you can in the game, because that 3% approval is really helpful. Let's do one more thing to check, though. Let's go to Iconia, where we know we have a bunch of your citizens. And even they benefit from snuggler colonies. Even the robots like the snugglers. Can't deny it, folks. So I feel like we've learned something today. And here's an event. It's another monstrous cage. I'm not reading these. This is the same event over and over. It's very common. But yeah, let's cash in on that technology. That'll push that ahead. And another event. This is back to, we already read this one. This is Earth. We're going to cash in for the 500 influence. Boom. And it pushes our individualism, cultural awareness to 35. That's really good. If we jump down here, you can see that we're primarily individualistic. That makes these other things cheaper to harvest. So we're closing in quickly, actually. 62 is what we need for our next tier. We'll keep pushing ahead on that. So that was a great choice for us. Let's jump into our executive orders. Interesting. Geez, do we invite leaders right now? It may be worth doing, because not only do we have ministerial positions we need to fill, but we have a good amount of coins. So I'm actually going to bite the bullet. Let's spend the 20 control, and let's look at our leaders tab. Boom. We have 6 leaders available. So the first thing I want to do is just look at their specials really quickly. All right, that's a plus 20 to research as a governor. Old Nemesis, Scarred. Plus 5 intelligence. Yeah, this guy's very bright, but he's also very expensive. Anything else good? Plus 5 to global crime. That's not so good. Any other specials? Shadow Relic. Shadow Phobic. Interesting. Okay. These are really well balanced stats. Really well balanced. All these people would make pretty good leaders, pretty good governors. Let's jump into our ministerial position. So, Minister of Justice needs purple. We need a big purple, the best we can find. So, that being said, who has huge purple power? Right here? Yeah. Big purple coming from WEHU 8767. And listen, they're a criminal, but I don't think that affects from a ministerial position. So let's grab them. We want that 14, and they're extremely cheap at 202. Perfect. We'll grab them. Let's slot them in. That's yielding a massive minus 14% to crime. So even if they're yielding plus 3 crime somewhere, I don't think they are unless we assign them as governor. But I'm just saying, hey, they're more than counteracting the criminality they're bringing into our culture. So cool. And then our minister of production, minister of finance, we're going to unlock. And that uses intelligence. So we're going to want a big blue. We want a big blue. Who's the smartest brain we've got out there? That's going to be Vim May. We're going to want that 16 int. We'll also want Neil Lim. Gosh, what do you think, guys? Do you go for the lesser? Do you go for a point less? Or because look, we could get both of these guys for dirt cheap. I honestly think we should. I think that Vim, although incredibly smart, is is the cost of any of the other 3 of these, right? I don't want this person so much, but I want Neil. Let's grab Neil. He's cheap. Why not? Boom. Let's grab him. And I'm looking across. We have plenty of months left to access my Maremba and WIJ5JH. Let's let them sit because we have many months. We might want our cash for other stuff. But yeah, we're going to let Nathan go because he's just kind of mid. And ultimately, I think we're going to let Vim go because he's just too expensive for what he's giving us. Although that 15 resolve is really nice. 15 resolve is really nice. Not going to lie. Yeah. Who else do we have? Who has the next highest? Oh, God, he's so good. He's so high. Shit. But we could buy both of these folks and still all 3 together would come to the cost of him alone. We'll let it go for now. 7 months left to make that decision. Let's advance our turn. And remember, we've got to be sending any supply ships to Kratos 2 to help with that Office of Control. So here we go. I see a supply ship just spit out right there. Let's send them to Kratos. And that was our only stagnant ship for the time being. I think so. Technology should be completing very shortly here. Taurian regime's turn. I see the Taurians are sending some ships our way. Expeditionary mission. Interesting. And these Altarians are all over our sector. I wish they'd get their grubby paws off our sector. Here we go. Interstellar trade just completed. So, trading between our galactic peers poses several challenges we need to address. The distance involved, forms of payment, and delivery terms, among others. Even arranging compatible power adapters is a tricky proposition. So, listen, that's getting us the spice market, which is, more than anything, the spice market is just a nice buff to tourism. Otherwise, it's really kind of mid when it comes to net income of plus 1%. It's one of the worst galactic achievements there is. It's just not good. I don't know what else to say. However, it gives a massive +3 to tourism, so you'd want to build it around your tourism buildings, like the Hall of Tradition, I think is a tourism building. That might be worth building next to, essentially. It's a big +3 to wealth as well. Upgrade market, sure. Trade station, sure. I've never gotten that into trade routes. I hate microing that way. I hate making trade ships and then being like, okay, from this planet, have I done a trade route to every other planet? That's so micro. I mean, listen, it'll make you a lot of money, but I'm like, boo. It's too much effort for me. However, I do want that Minister of Finance position. Yes. What next? Orbital ship assembly. Yeah, that's not bad. Plus 10% capacity for all of our ships. That's actually really good. That's for new ships you build, not old ships. But yeah, it just means you can cram more gear on your ships. That's useful for combat. Planetary outpost. That unlocks infrastructure support policy. How good is that? That's questionable. Manufacturing bonus is not applied to the homeworld, but it gives a plus 10% bonus, but a minus 10% to gross income. That seems horrible. Let's go to our policies real quick. Planetary stimulus. What am I missing? Planetary stimulus yields a plus 20% to manufacturing instead of a plus 10% at half the gross income hit. It's like, it's not twice as bad. It's 4 times worse. Planetary stimulus is so much better, and as far as I can tell, it applies to all of our worlds. Yeah. That is a crappy policy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how bad that policy is. It's just no. We're not going to go for that now. What else do we have? What else do we want? Kinetic weapons, mining missions. It's kind of mid. Soil enrichment. That might not be bad. Habitat improvements, soil upgrades. Yeah. Let's grab that real quick. Why not? We'll have it in a turn. No problem. Anything else we need to focus on? Well, we could look at that spice market. And we have another supply ship. Hold on. We're going to dump that into Kratos too. So they'll get that built here very quickly. But yeah, let's go into Earth. This is our Hall of Tourism. Now, the Hall of Tourism is a tourism improvement. It yields +2 to adjacent tourism. Now, it only benefits a +1 income from every level, so it doesn't actually get that much. We also have the Heritage Center. Also, a tourism-based thing with adjacency to wealth, influence, and tourism. So I could see the spice market dumping in to here. I could then see us terraforming this tile if we get the ability to do so. It's a hard thing to place because it really is difficult to try and benefit all of this. We also have the Aurorus Arboretum, which is going to be completed pretty soon. That yields more tourism bonuses. Yeah, it's not bad. I almost feel like the spice market's +3 to wealth is more valuable than its bonuses to tourism between you and I. So, for instance, the Aurorus Arboretum gets no level bonus of any kind. It has a base effect, but it has no other bonus, so it's kind of a questionable product. This is actually good. The Heritage Center does provide a 5% bonus per level. So it would give a massive boost to the tourism on Earth if we were to place the spice market improvement like right here in this desert. It would benefit both of these. Can it be built on a desert? It can be. There's no restriction on where it can be built. So that is a big possibility. Absolutely it is. Now, is there another world, though, that's more keenly locked in with tourism? I'm just scanning through very quickly. Doesn't look like it. Iconia has a bit of tourism, but again, we've already decided we really want to push them towards research very hard. So it looks like Earth is it. It looks like putting a spice market in this desert adjacent to the Hall of Tradition and the Heritage Center would be the best boost to overall tourism. Yeah. So we need to get our hands on Arnor spices. We have none. Let's jump into our markets here. There's the Artocarpus virals, Monsantium, and Harmony crystals. We don't need any of those. So unfortunately, those galactic achievements are going to have to wait. We have an idle core world. What do we got going on here, guys? This is Alula. So what's Alula focused on? We never really decided. I think food production, perhaps, is going to be a big one for them. Now, you notice we've got our trifecta. We've got the supply depot, the starport, planetary generator. That's probably about as far as we're going to push production on Alula Borealis 2. They just have no inputs to work with. So it's kind of like, it's mid. We're only ever going to get so much out of that. So I do see, though, that Kimberly's Refuge is pushing up food production. Nice bonuses to population. They have a little bit of approval, a little bit of military. Yeah, there's nothing really that special about this place. A little bit of harmony crystals. That's adjacency to approval. So that being said, what do we do with all this barren rock, all this volcanic, these big minuses to food? Yeah, minuses to research. Wow, they're really not good at food or research on this planet, which is fine. What do we have, though, that we could put in here? The Infinite Garden. I wouldn't mind getting that culture, but I think that big bonus to tourism, that's a massive boost to tourism. That would go better on Earth. Clearly. Let's scroll back around to Earth real quick. Could we slot that in? Where's she at? So sorry, why am I not seeing that modifier? Did it disappear on me? Can you not build the Infinite Garden on your homeworld? That's probably what's going on. Cannot be built on your homeworld. Okay. Well, that's tourism for somewhere else then. Maybe Iconia. I'm getting distracted, though. Back to Alula. Alula Borealis 3? Yeah, here we go. So what do we do with a world like this? It's not suitable for research. Food production is marginal, which kind of sucks because we have Kimberly's Refuge here, but it'll help with growth. So we could really push ahead growth. We could dump in medical centers and, well, probably not the irrigation network. Is pollution a problem here? It is. It's considerable. So the planetary recycling center would actually be pretty useful to slot in here. +2 to manufacturing. I could see popping that in next to the planetary generator here. That would boost up its manufacturing pretty well, and it would help mitigate pollution out. It could also go next to the supply depot, which would yield this extra approval. Yeah. Now, I want it right here. I think that we should put the planetary recycling unit right here, and that'll help take a chunk out of pollution in the long run. Not going to do a whole lot else for us, but it will boost the overall production here. We'll let it sit for now. I really don't know what we're going to do with this planet. It's marginal at best. So that'll sit. We'll hit done, and we'll advance our event. So situation report. Nebula mining proposition coming in from these horrendous creatures. What are they called? You know of the nebula at the border of our territory? Yes. It holds riches that only our technology can extract. Grant us the mining rights, and we will remember your aid in the future. Refuse, and you insult us. So if we accept the proposition, they will get +8 wealth to all worlds. Or we say no, and it hurts our reputation with them. This is the Festron. I'm going to say no. I don't want to help the Festrons. Screw those guys. And they're not our neighbors anyway. So if they want to come and fight us, they can. Want to check my ministerial position? Yes, here we go. Remember, we hired Neil specifically for this position, and that's yielding a massive 15% to our income and taking a massive 30% off of our maintenance. That's maintenance everywhere, and that's why that swing is so strong. When we pull him out of there, it goes to 65%. When we slot him in, it jumps to 92. So that's like 27 extra credits a turn. Massive bonus, really useful. We'll hit done, and we will advance the turn. Anomalies already been surveyed, yeah. That's because these stupid Altarians jumped in on top of that. So we need to find another anomaly for the Stargaze to survey. And again, we are in a foot race with these damn Altarians. So let's send them to here. That looks fine. Hopefully this guy will not... he will attack him. Crap. Nearly destroyed him. Let's choose a new technology. Star-based defensive grid. I like it because it yields 2 modules and it yields extra logistics for our fleet size. Hydroponics. Oh, that's all good. I like that. Let's grab hydroponics real quick. And then let's move the damn Stargazer to here and have them research the artifact. They'll slowly repair themselves. With any luck, that damn anomaly cannot hit them from here. So we have another Core World Idol. Core World Idol. Kratos 4. Watching our clock here. We'll play for a little bit longer. So, yeah, listen. I mean, I know that I want the Temple of Whispers here. Yeah, that's really what I want. But what could they work on in the meantime? Because we don't have access to the dang Epimetheus pollen yet. So, pollution. It's questionable. We could use pollution mitigation here. Yeah, that's not bad. Potentially. Infinite Garden. Yeah, this place isn't really well suited for tourism. Just looking around. Yeah. There's nothing that screams tourism to me here, so I'm not gonna do that. We don't need the planetary mainframe. We're not really doing any considerable research here, so we'll skip on that. I mean, I could see taking a planetary mainframe and dumping it right over here. We can't think of anything else. Sure, we could do that. We could improve our research. Yeah, fine. Actually, we could just do it now because it's not a bad option. But we might shift it around. Durantium processing. No, that's a single civilization improvement. I'd rather see that on Iconia. Hollow Theater. Not necessary. Approval looks pretty good. Although I see the +1 to approval, tourism and population adjacencies. That could synergize very well with the virtual world. But it won't help the Beacon of Babylon at all. So it's questionable. It would help the Capitol building here. So, yeah, +2 to approval and wealth. it might sit in here very nicely. Because it would synergize well with the Snuggler and the virtual world. Questionable. Questionable. What else do we got? Colonial Clinic. That's just for growth. I do want to focus in on growth at some point. Where would that live, though? That would live potentially here or here. Because it's going to be working off of our core world capital. Getting those adjacency bonuses. What else do we got? Colonial Clinic. I would love to get both of these stacked in next to each other. Would they benefit one another? They would. They would synergize very nicely. Holy crap. And they both yield a +2 to population. Gosh, where do we... I really want them to be next to the core capital, but I also want them to be next to each other for obvious reasons. But I can only do one or the other. Let's just go through the rest real quick. Prison, I don't need it. Trade network. It's questionable. Our income's doing so well right now. Eventually we'll get to this, but we don't need it right now. Actually, core that would go very well right here. Because it'll synergize with the wealth coming off of that. Yeah, and it utilizes that wealth tile pretty well. That feeds in, and the Snugglers feed in. That's not a bad option. So we've got that in there, just because we can have it. What else do we want? Food production? Nah, I don't want to focus in on food. Loyalty? Be a little income bonus. That also works off of wealth really well. We'll have to develop some of these additional tiles at some point. But here's what I'm really thinking. Let's take the medical center and put it next to the core world capital. And also the colonial clinic. Which one is better? Medical center's better. And expensive as fudge. Yeah, we're going to drop it in right there. Check this out. And then we will take the colonial clinic and we'll drop it in right there. Yeah. They'll synergize off each other to help with growth. That's why I'm doing that. Obviously, I could push up the pop cap more in income by putting this over here and getting the +2. But I really want... shit. Am I doing that right? Bear with me here. I'm thinking through this. I know this is boring as F. I'm boosting the growth rate, but it would get a +1 from here. Yeah, let's move this here. Oh, we're going to demo that out. It does go better here, I feel. Because by the +2 pumping into the core world capital, we're increasing that pop cap by a lot. It'll be 2 more pop cap plus 10% more income. Yeah. That looks like the right way to build those. All those populations built centered, those buildings centered around our population, our core world capital. I like that. That gives them some stuff to do. And actually, I want to slot these ahead. I'm going to shift these forward there for the time being. And then let's get some improvements going on. We have a lot of terraforming we can do. I'm just quickly clicking through to see which ones are most viable. Got to be a little bit cautious about what we use where. So we want the rarest ones to be used on our rare spots. So look, we have 4 common spots with 5 capabilities to develop them, right? And we have 2 rare spots here and here. So yeah, let's start in, well, with one of our rares. There's no other way to develop this. So it's 633. Habitat, planetary. So the terraforming modules are what we want to use here. Yes, that's what we want to do. So terraforming. Then the soil upgrade. Gosh, is it worth building over here off of this or worth building here? This looks a little bit better just for adjacencies. Let's get them both, though. That and then that. So we can obviously leave these terraformings at the back of the queue for the time being, but this is really going to help us fill in the holes around the the Beacon of Babylon and get some additional bonuses from these lower trade networks, Tower of Endless Night, all that stuff. Very cool. Very cool. And the Tower of Endless Night does have a +2 bonus to all as well. So that's not bad. Let's hit done. Let's advance the turn. Just keeping an eye on our clock. We'll go do like another 10 minutes here. Research complete, hydroponics. A regular challenge on alien worlds is finding enough clean water to grow our plants. Hydroponic techniques, when employed carefully, can grow far more food with far less water. So this unlocked all of these orbital technologies. Techopod hides, spiced harvesting, Artocarpus collection. What about that damn pollen? Epimetheus pollen. I would love to unlock that on... Okay, we're good. Let's choose our next tech real quick. Fusion power plants. Energy shields. I don't like that. Precursor artifact mastery. Let's grab that now just because we can get that for 1. That kind of keeps going down the precursor stuff. So a couple quick things. There's our constructor just finished. Let's race that up here quick as we can to try and grab that Ascension Crystal. I'm glad I didn't forget completely about that. And then let's scan through all of our core worlds real quickly and check our orbitals. What we're looking for is any sort of special resources. They'll be at the top of this orbital option. We have a decent amount of coin, 600, and we have a decent amount of Durantium, 10. So orbitals take those. To be quite blunt, we're going to have to very shortly... Oh my. Wow, look at all these special orbitals that Iconia can build. Why is that? Where are they getting these from? Antimatter, hit points, officer training. These are very expensive, but very powerful. I don't know what it is about Iconia that lets them access that. But cool nonetheless. Institute of War, Conquest Center, okay, and Tactical College. Wow. I wonder if they're unlocked due to the Orbital Academy? So honestly, in all of my playthroughs, I've never seen these before. I guess I've never played the Yor. Okay, this is worth looking into more. Not right now, but we'll look into it more. Here's Kratos. Nothing special. Alula. Nothing special. Again, they'll all be right at the top if they're available at all. Kratos. Nothing special. Kratos 1. Nothing special. Alula Borealis 2 has the Thulium moon. Yeah, we're not going to get rid of that. That's really useful. And then we can go to our regular colonies. They also can have specials. Nothing. Oh man, I'm bummed out. We're like missing on everything here. Kratos 5. Nothing? No. Kratos 3. Oh, I'm so bummed. I thought some of these worlds would have some sort of specials, but I'm just not seeing anything cool. And finally, Mars, our last one. Nothing. Shit, we have no cool orbitals to make. So we'll probably leave it here. I'm going to make a quick reminder, though, that because we have surplus Durantium and surplus coin, we will want to go through and probably build out the remainder of our orbitals. Those kind of wait until you have the resources to do it, but we do have the resources now. So on our next playthrough, we'll jump into there, we'll take a look, we'll talk a little bit about orbitals, and we'll sort of fill up all empty orbital slots. We'll get filled up. That'll be a nice chore to do. Idle shipyard. Yeah, we'll jump in and let's do a couple more supply ships. We have a handful of additional modules for the time being, so I think that's probably a good place to leave it for today. Well, now we'll push forward a little more. Next event, Iconian Report. So, culture exchange proposition. Navigators have approached Governor Jennifer Jan of Iconia with an intriguing offer. They wish to establish a cultural exchange office on our planet, promising aid on our manufacturing endeavors. However, our intelligence suggests this could serve as a cover for their espionage activities. By accepting their offer, it might bolster our production, but at the potential risk of a spy network. Rejecting might offend them. How do we proceed? So we accept the offer, we get 150 stored goods, or we decline politely, we cannot take the risk. -3 diplomacy bonus to all units for 36 months. Not just the navigators. I don't know what to make of that. I'm gonna take the offer. Shit, I don't know. Let him spy. Let him spy. Let's see what's the worst that can happen. Idle ship. Where's our idle ship? Where's the idle ship? Damn it, where are you at? Here? Here. Okay. We just completed another frigate. We've been pumping out our defensive ships. That's fine. Let's send them to Kratos 2. Yes, to help defend. That will help with their approval a little bit, and that'll just help them make everything faster. We have another event. This is the TS Explorer survey report. Lost armor module. Your flagship captain reports the discovery of a lost cargo container drifting in space. Inside, they found a mysterious and advanced armor module that can be applied to a starship. Awesome. Yeah, let's take that armor plate module. We could sell it for 400, but we're good on coins. So we grab it. It will yield a +2 armor plating. Now, I would like to see that on our biggest, beefiest ship, the Discovery, the TAS. Where is she? She's right here. And, yeah, her armor is sitting at 7.2, or her total defense. Let's take the module. We'll gift it to her. We'll click on there again, and she's now at a 9.4. So she's way tougher than before. I like that. That's kind of our flagship. She is our USS Enterprise, so we love her. Ship idle. The Explorer is drifting about here, and remember, we are trying to steal all the anomalies away from the Taurians because we're just assholes like that. That's what we do. That's how we do. I have another supply ship ready, and we're going to keep pumping those into Kratos 2. We want to beat the Taurians to the Office of Control. We know we're in a foot race with them right now. Any idle shipyards? No. We have plenty of supply ships coming online and a few more modules with additional warships. That's a good balance. I feel like we're being pretty responsible with that. And a supply ship just completed here. Yeah, let's push her into Kratos 2. So it's like Kratos 2 is building its own supply ships, and she's down to 18 turns. We're so close, folks. I'm thinking of maybe trying to rush that before we end play here. So research complete, precursor artifact mastery. By channeling more resources into the specialized equipment required for artifact research, we'll be able to unlock the secrets of alien artifacts faster than ever before. Very cool. But when we talk about precursor artifacts, does that mean we can research artifact anomalies faster? I think that's what that means. And we also unlock the precursor nanite improvement anywhere we have precursor nanites on the world. So we'll choose a new tech, exotic agriculture, Epimetheus farm. Yes, I want to unlock that. Oh, I don't know if we have access to it, but let's do it. It also gets us the Artocarpus farm and the Monsantium deposit refinery. So we're going to go after all of those for the time being. Boom. And then let's just take a quick look here. We can see that, in fact, there are anomalies called artifacts. Artifacts are powerful relics of lost civilizations. So theoretically, the technology we just got, although it's not telling us exactly what it does numerically, it's implying that this flagship should be able to research this more quickly. Question? I don't know. It says 6 months. It seems like a hell of a long time to me, but maybe the next turn it'll shorten from 6 to less than 5. I don't know. But that's what's implied. That's what an artifact is. So we'll see. What else do we got going on here? Let's jump back into diplomacy real quick. I just want to see how the Taurians are doing. We're still really good with them. Remember, we had that big shift of 2 diplomacy. We went from a +1 to a 0 to a -1 by switching out 2 policies for each other. But I see that the Taurians still have a very good reputation with us. Looks like the Festron are pissed at us because of that mining proposition. We declined their nebula. So, they'll survive. And then we jump down here into the Galactic Bazaar. We don't need any of those, unfortunately, for right now. Okay. Advance to turn. Let's get a couple more supply ships in the queue. We have a lot of big construction projects coming up. And Kratos 2 should be right there. Situation report. Incoming message from the Taurian. Terran Alliance, we value our partnership, but the growing military presence is a source of alarm to us. Nothing to see here. Did we grow our military presence near them? Maybe it's all of our flagships in their territory, possibly. So, Exotic agriculture. Some of the alien flora we find has natural value we can begin exploiting, either by directly harvesting or by grafting on to some of our more traditional crops. So, yeah, listen, this is improvements to any of these harvesting features we may have on a world. These are just the next tier up. Additional strategic resource as well as additional bonuses such as food, growth, whatever else. So we choose next tech. Oh, and bioagriculturalist. That is a job position. Very cool. Real quickly though, are there any other one slots? Yeah. Mining missions and xenohospitality. Yeah. Let's grab those while they're cheap. We'll push ahead on that. So, that being said, we are at a good point to stop. Xanthium's popped up. Aurora Snuggler Colony. Oh, we could sell our Snuggler Colonies. Let's try it real quick. Check this out. Sell, sell. I did that on purpose because I now want to go into Kratos 4. They have a Snuggler Colony. And I'm going to mouse over approval. Come on, approval. Has Snuggler Colony plus 3%. Go to a different world. Has Snuggler Colony 3%. So even though we don't have a whole Snuggler, it looks like by virtue of having the colony, we benefit from it anyway. Shrug, I guess. And let's do one last thing here before we finish up. I just wanted to see if there were any specialized harvesting nodes. There's our Harmony Crystal Extractor. That's still at tier 1. We could tell it's at tier 1 because it's the 0.1 of Harmony Crystal. So it has not been improved yet. One of the mining technologies, mining extraction methods will improve that. Let's keep cycling. We have Silicate Extractor right here, tier 1. Thulium, tier 1. Oh, actually, whoa. Back up. The precursor nanite, that will be built at the 2nd tier. So that is a very direct benefit of that. So that's nice. What else do we have? Tech pod harvesting is at tier 2. I think there's anything else on here. I think each world usually has just the one. Earth has no special. It's interesting. No? Eye of the Universe, mainframe, yeah. Oh, that's so bizarre. I would have thought Earth would have... Oh, no, we're building the Aurora Arboretum. That was not here natively. Next world, Snuggler Colony is at a level 2. That's all of them. Okay. All right, I think for now that's good. Listen, the Office of Control will be completed very shortly, but that's long enough for today. I'm getting a little tired out from talking, so if you watched, thank you so much. So on our next ones, we are going to look at the orbitals. We're going to finish the Office of Control. And I would say that we will keep trying to track down the strategic resources we need to unlock a couple of those galactic achievements that are locked away. The Epimetheus and the Arnor Spices, I think, are the 2 big ones we need. That's it. Take care, folks.